Mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act, and helps determine how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. Mental health is important at every stage of life, from childhood and adolescence through adulthood. Over the course of your life, if you experience mental health problems, your thinking, mood, and behavior could be affected. Mental health is a state of mental well-being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn well and work well, and contribute to their community. It is an integral component of health and well-being that underpins our individual and collective abilities to make decisions, build relationships, and shape the world we live in. Mental health is a basic human right, and it is crucial to personal, community, and socio-economic development. A mental illness is a condition that affects a person's thinking, feeling, behavior, or mood. These conditions deeply impact day-to-day living and may also affect the ability to relate to others. If you have or think you might have a mental illness, the first thing you must know is that you are not alone. Mental health conditions are far more common than you think, mainly because people don't like to, or are scared to, talk about them. Determinants of mental health. Throughout our lives, multiple individual, social, and structural determinants may combine to protect or undermine our mental health and shift our position on the mental health continuum. Individual psychological and biological factors, such as emotional skills, substance use, and genetics, can make people more vulnerable to mental health problems. Exposure to unfavorable social, economic, geopolitical, and environmental circumstances, including poverty, violence, inequality, and environmental deprivation, also increases people's risk of experiencing mental health conditions. Risks can manifest themselves at all stages of life, but those that occur during developmentally sensitive periods, especially early childhood, are particularly detrimental. For example, harsh parenting and physical punishment is known to undermine child health, and bullying is a leading risk factor for mental health conditions. Each single risk and protective factor has only limited predictive strength. Most people do not develop a mental health condition despite exposure to a risk factor, and many people with no known risk factor still develop a mental health condition. Nonetheless, the interacting determinants of mental health serve to enhance or undermine mental health. Mental health promotion and prevention. Promotion and prevention interventions work by identifying the individual, social, and structural determinants of mental health, and then intervening to reduce risks, build resilience, and establish supportive environments for mental health. Interventions can be designed for individuals, specific groups, or whole populations. Mental illness is a general term for a group of illnesses that may include symptoms that can affect a person's thinking, perceptions, mood, or behavior. Mental illness can make it difficult for someone to cope with work, relationships, and other demands. The relationship between stress and mental illness is complex, but it is known that stress can worsen an episode of mental illness. Most people can manage their mental illness with medication, counseling, or both. This page lists some of the more common mental health issues and mental illnesses. Reshaping the determinants of mental health often requires action beyond the health sector, and so promotion and prevention programs should involve the education, labor, justice, transport, environment, housing, and welfare sectors. The health sector can contribute significantly by embedding promotion and prevention efforts within health services, and by advocating, initiating, and where appropriate, facilitating multisectoral collaboration and coordination. Mental health care and treatment. Mental health includes emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, act, make choices, and relate to others. Mental health is more than the absence of a mental illness. It's essential to your overall health and quality of life. Self-care can play a role in maintaining your mental health and help support your treatment and recovery if you have a mental illness. In the context of national efforts to strengthen mental health, it is vital to not only protect and promote the mental well-being of all, but also to address the needs of people with mental health conditions. Mental health services that are integrated in general health care, typically in general hospitals, and through task sharing with non-specialist care providers in primary health care. Community mental health services that may involve community mental health centers and teams, psychosocial rehabilitation, peer support services, and supported living services, and services that deliver mental health care and social services and non-health settings, such as child protection, school health services, and prisons. Mental health conditions. Mental illnesses are disorders, ranging from mild to severe, that affect a person's thinking, mood, and/or behavior. According to the National Institute of Mental Health, nearly 1 in 5 adults live with a mental illness. Many factors contribute to mental health conditions, including biological factors such as genes or brain chemistry, life experiences such as trauma or abuse, family history of mental health problems. Mental and physical health are equally important components of overall health. For example, depression increases the risk for many types of physical health problems, particularly long-lasting conditions like diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Similarly, the presence of chronic conditions can increase the risk for mental illness. Self-care means taking the time to do things that help you live well and improve both your physical health and mental health. When it comes to your mental health, self-care can help you manage stress, lower your risk of illness, and increase your energy. Even small acts of self-care in your daily life can have a big impact. Eat healthy, regular meals, and stay hydrated. A balanced diet and plenty of water can improve your energy and focus throughout the day. Also, limit caffeinated beverages such as soft drinks or coffee. Make sleep a priority. Stick to a schedule and make sure you're getting enough sleep. Blue light from devices and screens can make it harder to fall asleep, so reduce blue light exposure from your phone or computer before bedtime. Try a relaxing activity. Explore relaxation or wellness programs or apps, which may incorporate meditation, muscle relaxation, or breathing exercises. Schedule regular times for these and other healthy activities you enjoy, such as journaling. Set goals and priorities. Decide what must get done now and what can wait. Learn to say no to new tasks if you start to feel like you're taking on too much. Try to be mindful of what you have accomplished at the end of the day, not what you have been unable to do. Practice gratitude. Remind yourself daily of things you are grateful for. Be specific. Write them down at night or replay them in your mind. Focus on positivity. Identify and challenge your negative and unhelpful thoughts. Stay connected. Reach out to your friends or family members who can provide emotional support and practical help. Bipolar affective disorder. Bipolar affective disorder is a type of mood disorder, previously referred to as manic depression. A person with bipolar disorder experiences episodes of mania, elation, and depression. The person may or may not experience psychotic symptoms. The exact cause is unknown, but a genetic predisposition has been clearly established. Environmental stressors can also trigger episodes of this mental illness. Depression. Depression is a mood disorder characterized by lowering of mood, loss of interest and enjoyment, and reduced energy. It is not just feeling sad. There are different types and symptoms of depression. There are varying levels of severity and symptoms related to depression. Symptoms of depression can lead to increased risk of suicidal thoughts or behaviors. Dissociation and dissociative disorders. Dissociation is a mental process where a person disconnects from their thoughts, feelings, memories, or sense of identity. Dissociative disorders include dissociative amnesia, depersonalization disorder, and dissociative identity disorder. Obsessive-compulsive disorder. Obsessive-compulsive disorder, OCD, is an anxiety disorder. Obsessions are recurrent thoughts, images, or impulses that are intrusive and unwanted. Compulsions are time-consuming and distressing repetitive rituals. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, is a mental health condition that can develop as a response to people who have experienced any traumatic event. This can be a car or other serious accident, physical or sexual assault, war-related events or torture, or natural disasters such as bushfires or floods. Psychosis. People affected by psychosis can experience delusions, hallucinations, and confused thinking. Psychosis can occur in a number of mental illnesses, including drug-induced psychosis, schizophrenia, and mood disorders. A mental health condition isn't the result of one event. Research suggests multiple, linking causes: genetics, environment, and lifestyle influence whether someone develops a mental health condition. A stressful job or home life makes some people more susceptible, as do traumatic life events. Biochemical processes and circuits and basic brain structure may play a role too. None of this means that you're broken or that you or your family did something wrong. Mental illness is no one's fault. And for many people, recovery, including meaningful roles in social life, school, and work, is possible, especially when you start treatment early and play a strong role in your own recovery process.